Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your big Canucker here with another budget knife offering. My last video was the Tenacious, and I just thought I would throw some budget knives at you. And this one here is big budget Biotch, the Spyderco Resilience. I want to call this knife the Resistance all the time, and I'm not sure. So if I call it the Resistance, don't kick me in the teeth in the comments. Just know that I meant Resilience. All right. It's a wonderful, wonderful blade here. She's kind of a big one. This would have been probably my second Spyderco. My first one was a Tenacious. And, Tenacious was a fantastic, at 3.39 inches on that blade. I wanted something a little bit bigger. Sometimes, size is king. And I wanted to be king for a little while, and I wanted to put a great big piece of steel in my pocket, and I did that with this Spyderco Resilience. So let's go over some of the specs on this particular beauty here. Overall length is 9.3 inches. Big knife, just a smidge over 9, not quite 10. Close length. She's got a big handle on here at 5.25 inches, so 5.25 inches. Your blade thickness is 3 millimeters, which is some good thickness, and some good blade stock. Carry position is tip up or tip down, and it is also left and right, so it's fully ambidextrous too as well. Okay. Now here's the big thing: your blade length is 4.25 inches long, so 4.25 inches or 108 millimeters. That's a real big one. And part of the reason that I also got this too as well is I was really interested in the Spyderco Military, and that's a really expensive blade, and I wanted to kind of figure out how this would carry. I'm not going to say these are identical, but if you are looking at a military and you want to not want to spend the money, try carrying Resilience there for a while. It's same type of price wise as the Tenacious. In Canada you're looking at right around 65, 70 bucks, and in the States you're looking at 40 to 50 bucks. So it is a budget offering. All right, let's go. Now the handle is your G10, which is nearly indestructible. Absolutely love the G10. It's very grippy, whether it's wet or dry. It's nearly indestructible. It will take a die if you want to customize your knife there too as well. And it's really nice to kind of grind up and shape too as well. She's a liner lock with steel liners in the center, and they're skeletonized to save yourself a little bit of weight too as well. And this is kind of a heavy knife, but not a heavy knife for its size at 5.4 ounces. So I mean, she's a really big knife, and at just a little over 5, it's still manageable. I mean, you throw this in your pocket, especially a pair of jeans, and you're not going to really notice that it's there other than the size. It's not going to be dragging you down and giving you old saggy pocket. So if you've got, like, say, a pair of shorts on or some sweats, this will still ride in there without pulling your pants down. Now, big knock on this is actually your 8CR13 MOV, which is Spyderco's budget line of steel. It's really stain resistant. It's really tough. It's really easy to sharpen, but it doesn't hold an edge as well as some of the other offerings that are out there. Maybe, 15, 20 years ago, 8CR13 MOV would be kind of a top-end steel, but now with the S30V and Maximet and, these ones that are just unbelievable edge-holding ability, these ones here are not that fantastic. So if you want to know kind of what the steel will do, go check out Cedric and Ada Gear Channel. Pete down in Australia has got a wonderful series of videos where he's cutting some twisted sisal rope. And I do believe 8CR13 MOV did some around the high 60s, 66, 67, which, doesn't put it far off of, say, like the Spyderco's VG10 or even 14128, I do believe as well there. So, it does the job. It'll cut some cardboard, but you're just going to have to sharpen this a lot more than you'd have to do, say, something like the S30V. Now, speaking of S30V, we'll do a little bit of size comparison here with the old Paramilitary 2, which is your kind of your Big Daddy EDC size. So you can see this is quite a big knife. And then, of course, we've got the little shrimp of the bunch, your Dragonfly 2. So you can see how that Dragonfly 2 is probably... I'm going to say the blade is 3/4 of the size of the entire Dragonfly 2. So like I said, it's a big knife. So that gives you kind of a size comparison of that. So she's a big honking piece of steel here. Made in China, that's the other thing too as well. I know a lot of people, you know, they really put a knock on a knife if it's made in China. I don't know. I think, you know what, Spyderco will have a hand in the fit and finish of these knives. They will want to have, if their name is going on it, I would imagine that the fit and finish and the quality control will have to be up to their standards. So, you know, because it has a Spyderco name on it and it's made in China, I wouldn't necessarily not buy it and be afraid of the fit and finish or the quality, because it does have the Spyderco name on it. This particular knife here, the Spyderco logo is happened to be worn off because I've actually taken this and trying to zero grind it right out to try to get, I guess, a little bit more edge holding ability on this. This knife here right now, I use it as my gardening knife. So I'm out there, if I want to cut some grass or I want to prune some trees and stuff like that. So I don't mind if this gets beaten up. It's a real great beater knife. The ergonomics on this knife are actually really fantastic. And I'm a big guy and I've got really big hands and I've got all sorts of handle length here. So, you know, I suppose I could even chop if I wanted to. But you know what? I love this thumb ramp with this jimping. Most of the time I'm using gloves when I have this knife on, so that jimping is absolutely perfect. You know, it's a little bit much just in my little delicate thumb because, of course, I do have little girl hands. But if I have some gloves on, you know, it's absolutely wonderful. Fantastic beater knife. I definitely would recommend this knife, especially if you're looking for a beater. You're looking for a knife that's going to cut some cardboard, that's going to cut some things that you don't mind if the blade gets bashed up or scratched up. You know, this is definitely not a safe queen. This is something I would definitely recommend. Scale of 1 to 10, I probably would give this, I'm going to say, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And the big knock on this knife is the fact that, not going to say the big knock is the 8Z13 MOV. I'm a real steel snob. And the fact that not everybody wants to carry a really big 4-inch plus blade. You know, some people might get a little bit intimidated if they pull this out of their office. It's, you know, could be a little bit murdery, a little bit stabby, but I think it's a hell of a tool, and it's something that'll work around a farm. It'll something that'll work around a garage. It'll something that'll work around doing some yard work. I think it's a wonderful tool that way. All right, well, that's my look at the old Spyderco Resilience. And I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, for your support here. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and give me the thumbs up. And, you know, help me spread my voice. I appreciate it so much. All right. This is the Big Canucker, wanting you to stay safe, keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. Adios.